بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. العلم اسم يعين المسمى مطلقا، علمه كجعفر وخرنقا وقرن وعدن ولاحق وشزقم وهيلة وواشق. So Ibn Aqeel now continues into the next part of the ma'rifas. So he's talked about the Dhamir now, and now he's going to the next one. And remember, after the Dhamir, it was Alam that was the most ma'rifah. Do you remember? So he's going into that order now. And Ibn Malik, when he presented the ma'rifas, he didn't put it into that order in his poem because of poetry. So now, when he's bringing them one by one, when he's presenting them one by one and talking about them in detail, right, he's put them in order. So he talked about the Dhamir, and now he's gone to Alam. So, Al-Alamu, this is marfu, because this is actually, you know how we did with the previous chapter headings. Haza babu sharhil alami. Haza babu sharhil alami. Haza is mubtada. The mudhaf mudhaf ilayhi, they come together and become the khabar of haza. Mubtada and khabar become a jumla ismiya khabriya. This is the chapter of the explanation of alam. Of proper nouns, yeah. The explanation of alam. Have you understood? Yeah. So what's happened is haza was dropped, babu was dropped, sharhu was dropped, and alamu came in this place. Alam took the place of the marfu, so it became marfu. Have you understood? And you know alam, this word, where does it come from? The word alam can mean a mountain, like when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَهُ الْجَوَارِ الْمُنْشَآتُ فِي الْبَحْرِ كَالْأَعْلَامِ. See over there, a'lam, right? It means mountains. So you see, alam can mean mountains, right? And it can also mean a flag. It can also mean a flag. And of the meanings, there is also al-alama, which means a sign. And you know, that's the one where this word alam has come from. It's come from the meaning of alama. Have you understood? Because you see, it's a sign. It's a sign for the one who it's been given to. So the name is given to someone or something, and that name is a sign of that thing or that person. So then he starts. He says, Ismun yu'ayyinul musamma mutlaqan alamuhu. Meaning that, you know, a noun which specifies the musamma. Musamma is what? The one who is being named. So the named, a person or an object. Yeah, that's called a musamma. So a noun which specifies the musamma mutlaqan, whilst in any state, whilst without any restriction, not muqayyadan, mutlaqan, alamuhu is its alam. So a noun which specifies the musamma generally without any restriction, you know this noun, what is it called? It is the alam of that musamma. Alamuhu. It is the alam of it. Have you got it? Ja'farin wa khirnika, like Ja'far and khirnik and qaran and adan and lahik and shazqam and hayla and washik. These are all examples. And it's given examples of all the different type of names you can come across. They're all different from each other. Like, you know, Ja'far is a man's name, khirnik is a woman's name, Qaran is a name of a tribe. Adan is a name of a place. Lahik is the name of a horse. Shazqam is the name of a camel. Hayla is the name of a goat. And Washik is the name of a dog. And if you look at it, look, he says, where did he bring right at the end? Washik. And what is Washik? Washik is the name of a dog, right? Yeah, remember I said Ja'far was the name of a man and Khirnik was the name of a woman. Remember I said Qaran was the name of a tribe. Adan was the name of a place, Lahik was the name of a horse, Shazqam was the name of a camel, and Hayla was the name of a goat, and Washik was the name of a dog, right? And look at that. You put Washik right at the end, and how many are there altogether? How many examples did he give? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in the Quran it says, وَثَامِنُهُمْ قَلْبُهُمْ. So that's what he's done. He's correlated it to the ayah, yes, to Surah Kaf. Right? The 8th one is their dog. Anyway, so let's look at this. Tarkeeb quickly. Ismun is mawsoof. Yu'ayyinu is a fail. Huwa inside there is the file which goes back to ismun. Yu'ayyinu is from ayyana, yu'ayyinu ta'yinan for mu'ayyinun from bab taf'eel, right, which means to specify. So in there is a huwa which goes back to ism, right? Al-musamma is the maf'ul bihi, right? And mutlaqan is the hal of the dhamir inside yu'ayyin. So the huwa inside yu'ayyin was the zul hal, and this is the hal mutlaqan. The file, the file of yu'ayyin, which is the huwa inside it, is the zulhal. Mutlaqan is the hal. Hal and zulhal become the file of yu'ayyin. Al-musamma is the maf'ul bihi of yu'ayyin. Yu'ayyin takes its fa'il, takes its maf'ul bihi, becomes the jumla fi'liya khabriya, becomes sifa to ismun. Mawsoof and sifa become mubtada. Alamu is mudhaf, who is mudhaf ilayh, mudhaf ilayh becomes khabar, mubtada khabar, jumla ismiya khabriya. And then you know the rest, Ja'farin wa khairin, all ma'tuf ilayh, ma'tuf all the way till washik, becomes majroor. Jar and majroor become muta'aytu thabitun, thabitun takes the mutalik and becomes the khabar of dhalika, mubtada khabar becomes jumla ismiya khabriya. So this is dhalika thabitun ka Ja'farin wa khairin and so on. Have you understood? Then Ibn Aqeel starts and he says, Al-alamu huwa al-ismu alladhi yu'ayyinu musammahu mutlaqan. That you know the alam, it is al-ismu alladhi, it is that noun which specifies it's named, the one that it has been given to. Okay? Mutlaqan, generally, without any restriction. He says, ay, bila qayd al-takallumi aw al-khitabi aw al-ghaibati. i.e. without the restriction of takallum or khitab or ghaiba like the zamirs are. Because you see, look, you know huwa, it also specifies the person that you give huwa to. If I said ja'a zaydun thumma huwa jalasa, you see that the huwa is signifying and specifying Zayd. I can only use huwa when Zayd is being referred to as a third person. I can't use huwa if Zayd is the first person or if he is second person. Because for first person, Zayd will have to use ana. And for second person, for khitab, you will have to use anta to signify and to specify Zayd. And to signify Zayd and to specify Zayd as a third person, you will have to use huwa in the ghaiba, right? You see what I mean? So the zamirs, they don't specify an individual mutlaqan. They specify an individual with these three qaids, either with takallum or with khitab or with ghaiba. Do you see what I mean? When it comes to alam, the same word is used in ghaiba, in takallum, in every way it specifies him. You see what I mean? Yeah? Name, alam, right, it specifies a person generally in all states without any restriction. Have you understood? Now he's going to break down this definition, the one he used above. Al-alamu huwa al-ismu alladhi yu'ayyinu musammahu mutlaqan. Up to there, he's breaking that down now. He says, you know, when he said in the definition, he says al-ismu. At that moment, what we knew was that the ism, al-ismu jinsun yashmulu nakirata wal ma'rifata. You know the noun, al-ism, that part of the definition, it was a jins, it was a genus. And it encompassed nakira and ma'rifa. Then he said, وَيُعَيِّنُ مُسَمَّاهُ. You know that part of the definition? He says that's a fasl. This is where the separation occurs. And this separation, you know, by saying يُعَيِّنُ مُسَمَّاهُ, it has what? Taken out the nakira. Because the nakira word does not specify anything. And you know what? بِلَا قَيْدٍ, this part, he says أَخْرَجَ بَقِيَّةَ الْمَعَارِفِ. It has taken out the rest of the ma'rifas, like zamir. You know why? Because فَإِنَّهُ يُعَيِّنُ مُسَمَّاهُ بِقَيْدِ التَّكَلُّمِ. Because you know the zamir, what does it do? It specifies, it's named, the one that it is basically specifying, with a restriction of the takallum, like ana, or with the restriction of the khitab, like anta, or with the restriction of ghaiba, like huwa. Like I just told you, you can't use huwa in the place of anta. You can't use anta in the place of ana. As for the name, you can use them in all places. When you point to yourself, you say your name, it works. If someone points at you and says your name, it works. If someone is pointing at you, but not talking to you, talking to someone else, he can still say your name in that place. But you see, you can't use the same zamir in all of these places. After that, he continues and he says, ثم مثل الشيخ بأعلام الأناسي وغيرهم تنبيها على أن مسميات الأعلام الأقلاء وغيرهم من المألوفات. Then he says that the Musannif, meaning the Sheikh, meaning Ibn Malik, he has given examples with names of humans, Anasi is the plural of insan, and other than humans, tambihan, indicating, alright, indicating and informing that you know those things which are given names, they are al-uqala'u, they are ones which have intellect, wa ghayruhum, and the ones who don't have intellect as well, min al-ma'lufat, the ones which don't have intellect, of the close things, of the familiar things, those things which humans keep close to them, those things which humans are familiar with. What he's trying to say here is that, look, you know, names don't have to be only given to intellectual things, right? Names can be given to things which are non-intellectual as well. Have you understood? So therefore, names can be given to humans and non-humans and even places. So he says, for Ja'farun ismu rajulin. So he starts with the first name. He says Ja'far. You know, Ja'far is the name of a man. Wa Khirnik is the name of a woman. Right? Min shu'ara'il Arabi, a woman who was of the poets of Arabia. وهي أخت طرفة بن العبد لأمه, and she is the sister of Tarafa bin Abd from his mother's side, meaning that they had one mother but different fathers. Is answered. So he's explaining who Khirnik is. And then he says, وَقَرَنٌ اسْمُ قَبِيلَةٍ. Qaran, that is the name of a qabila, a tribe. This is the qabila, this is the tribe to which Uwais al-Qarni was attributed to. Then he says, وَعَدَنٌ, okay, ismu makanin, it is a place, and it is a place in Yemen. وَلَاحِكٌ ismu farasin, and Lahik is the name of a horse. وَشَزْقَمٌ, and you know Shazqam, ismu jamanin, it is the name of a camel. وَهَيْلَةٌ is the name of a goat. Ismu shatin, it is the name of a goat or a sheep. Is understood? Yeah. وَوَاشِكٌ, and Washik is the name of a dog. So he showed here that, you know, all of these names, right, names don't have to be given to only intellectual beings, they can be given to non-intellectual things as well. Have you understood? So this was just like sort of an introduction to what Alam is, and now he's going to start getting deeper, inshallah. We'll leave it there, inshallah.